Hi there, Z here, and people ask for it, so I'm going to put out another commentary video. I want to do this before I start working on my next video, because I don't tend to like to do commentary shit if I'm working on a video, because every single time I'm just like, you know what, I could be working on my actual gaming video right now, and for some reason I'm doing this. It's not really for some reason, let's be completely fair. If something's just on the tip of my tongue or something really bothers me that I want to talk about, I usually make time to talk about it. But this isn't really one of those instances. I just want to touch base on one thing, because I've had, over the past few months, a lot of people who used to watch me stream a lot know that I don't stream as much, and I've been focusing a lot more of my time on YouTube. And I think it's time for me to come out and just kind of explain why I'm doing that. Pretty much what I'm seeing right here is I absolutely love, likes a little bit underwhelming there. I love streaming, I really do. It's a fun thing to do. You meet really cool people, which I obviously have. Of course, you meet the occasional dickhead. You know, sometimes the friends and the dickheads merge into one, and it gets kind of complicated at that time. But let me kind of explain why I decided to kind of diversify and focus one thing over another, in case there's anybody out there who's wondering, or any of the people who, because like I mentioned, I received multiple messages of people saying, "Oh, where are you? I miss you. Why aren't you streaming anymore? I miss the streams." And I mean, it's obvious that I'm spending a lot more time on YouTube, because personally, I just like YouTube more than I do like streaming. That being said, I fucking hate both companies. That could be a video on itself, and it probably will be in the near future, because both sites are just a bag of dicks. Just a bag of dicks with whatever sort of venereal disease you want to attach to them. They suck. They all suck. But I like YouTube a little bit better for multiple different reasons. One of the reasons is it's easier to do shit on YouTube. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it really does suck going into a stream and streaming for about, 2 or 3 hours and nobody's in there. And that's not a dig on the people who don't come into my stream. I understand. People have things to do. They have work, they have school, they're jerking off, they're doing whatever. I understand. I'm not here on my little soapbox like, why isn't anybody watching me? No, I don't really care, but it really does hit that funny bone where you're just like, this entire time, I could have done anything else. I could have edited YouTube, my YouTube videos. I could have done anything in this small amount of time, because I work a full-time job, so obviously I have to like divvy out my time between YouTube, Twitch, and then just playing, because I just want to play, because I know a lot of people out there like to say, what you're playing games and you're talking to people, right, Zach? How hard is that? It's not hard, mind you, but it is one of those things where it's not mind-numbing. I play mind-numbing games because I've worked hard, and I fucking hate, I don't hate my job, but I hate the fact that I come back home and I do nothing. I need to do something, because if I come back home after 8 hours of nothing, of just working and working and working, and then come home and then I watch 2 videos and I go to bed, no fucking thank you. I feel like I did nothing that entire day. I don't feel productive at all. And it's one of those type of things where it's like, I don't have a lot of time to do things. So the things I want to do, I want to be productive with. Even if it's nothing. Even if I want to just relax with my mind-numbing games. Because when you're streaming, you still have a little bit of something to do. You're playing a game, and for me, I talk to myself, because nobody wants to show up on a fucking stream with some guy just... Nobody wants to see that, so I'm just like, I'll fucking talk to myself, whatever. Some guy can come in, like what I'm saying, fine, fuck it, whatever. But you know what, you just start running out of things to say. And you know what, you're constantly trying to think of something to do to entertain. At least if you're like me, that's all I want to do is entertain. That's all I've always wanted to do, and that's probably going to be another point that I have right here. But it's one of those type of things where I can't just just clock out. I just can't mind-numbingly just like, oh my God, this feels so good. You know, have a beer right here, drink it, and just be like, oh, listening to YouTube in the background, listening to podcasts and shit. It's one of those type of things where you need to unwind. You can't constantly be doing shit. And streaming may look like it's nothing, but you do have to do multiple things. You have to look at the chat. Has anyone been here? No? Okay, I guess I'll just keep playing. I gotta play well or else people aren't going to stick around. They're not going to stick around for my fucking beautiful face. That's not it. Because I know it's not here. Maybe underneath all this hair, but you'll never find out. You'll never find out because I'm never shaving it off unless extraneous circumstances. I guess that's the only thing I can really think of. And number 2, YouTube has an atmosphere of more things. Let's talk about Twitch community. Sound good? Because from what I've seen, and again, I don't watch a lot of Twitch. I don't know why I said again. I never said that before. But I don't watch a lot of streamers. I do watch some streamers, and then I watch some I hate watch a few of them because I can't fucking stand them. But there's like multiple tiers of what you will get. Like the top tier is people who are good at a game. Top tier, best of the best, cream of the crop. And then and also within that tier are people who are actually entertaining to talk to. They have a different idea. They're just fun to be around. And then also the last thing on that top tier is freaking booby streamers. Those are the 3. And I could talk about all of this in different videos, but I'm trying to shorten it down a little bit just so I can get to my points across. And like the second tier is people who are okay, but they're, maybe they're a little bit funny, or people who use like gimmicks like, hey, come to my thing and I'm gonna do a giveaway of a $2 Steam game or something like that, but you have to watch for the entire time, something like that. And then like all the other ones, like the third tier and all the way down, it's just terrible. It's just people who are quietly playing like I made fun of before, or it's people who just have fucking mic qualities that sound like they're from 2006 Xbox Live. It just a bunch of shit. So it's really hard to find a following on Twitch because you have to be online to do any of this shit. And it's really hard for people to come on and be like, hey, you seem like a cool guy. That being said, I also watch 15 other streamers, so I'll probably never see you again, but here's a follow. It's really hard to do something like that. YouTube videos, leave them all out there. Always, constantly. You could come, you could go, you can watch my videos for halfway through before saying fuck off. It really doesn't matter. They're always there for your entertainment. And it's just a lot easier to get something like that. And the third main reason that I kind of wanted to, I guess, finishing up that second reason, to be completely fair, I'm part of the third tier. I really am. I don't do anything spectacular or wacky. I don't wear a silly hat or dress in drag or anything else like that. I open up the stream, I start playing. I'm not good at games, and I'm not anything else like that. I just start playing the game, and if anyone wants to come in and talk to me, that's awesome. The streams are always more fun when there's more people in it. And again, that's not a dig towards anybody who doesn't come to my streams. It's just the way it is. If I go on there and there's 0 people for 3 hours, like I mentioned before, I just feel like garbage. It's like I could have done anything. I could have relaxed my brain and just been, just shut it off. Like I said, drink a couple beers, or I could have worked on a YouTube video, and it's just, it feels like a waste of time if you don't get anyone. And that's the grind that a lot of Twitch streamers go through. So I am happy with what I have right now. I have 500 followers and, I don't know, 4 to 10 people maybe. Doesn't sound that impressive, but when I get people in there to talk to, I have no problem with it. But canceling out on that third one, the second one, the third point is Twitch just doesn't give me this sort of creative release. It's kind of like when you're jerking off and you get that final and then you clean off your keyboard. It's like that, but for me, it's creatively. Like, I've always been a creative guy. band camp, not band camp. I would never go to a camp. Did you see me? I would not last very long. But I was in band for years, and then I was in theater. I traded in my French horn for the fucking skull and tutu. That's what I did. I've always just been a creative person. I've written 3 books. I've tried to get them published, even though it's way harder than you think. It's publishing a book is a lot like getting a degree and then going for the job, and the job says, well, you haven't done anything yet, so we're not interested in you. Same thing with books, apparently. You don't really have any books out there. We don't know how well you sell, so no thank you. Except do that 62 times. I wanted to be an actor, but I didn't want to leave my city. I love the place that I live. Sure, it's an icebox. It's a piece of shit because it's cold almost all the time. It's shitty. We get like 3 months of good times, and then after that, it's just cold weather. Buy a bunch of alcohol and stay in your house, and hopefully your furnace doesn't break. Fucking thing. But and then I was like, you know what? The writing thing didn't work. Acting thing, I don't want to go to California and get raped. I'm going to do a stand-up comedy. Maybe I'll just do stand-up stuff. Yeah, every Friday, go down there, tell some jokes, or be booed off stage. Could be quite possible, but then the more you look into it, and the more I listen to comedians that I know, and they say the grind of living in your car because you have like no money and you go to places and 30% of the time you get booed off stage, and it's like, boy, that just sounds just riveting. Just riveting. Oh yeah, I would love that. Just breaking down in the middle of a joke and start sobbing on stage. Boy howdy, that sounds really good. And so for a while, I'm not gonna lie, I was just... I didn't know what to do. I mean, it was one of those type of things where I want to do something, but I don't want to completely revamp my entire life to do it. And I know some of you will say, well, that's what dreams are made for. You're supposed to go out there and suck the dick that you need to suck to get to where you're supposed to go. And I'm one of those people on the mindset that if there's a will, there's a way. There's obviously a creative outlet somewhere. I just don't know what it is. And several months ago, when I was like, maybe even a year, I don't know how long I've been making YouTube videos, but, oh man, it has to have been, like, when I first started getting these feelings, it was like 4 years ago, and then I started doing skits. I bought like a $350 camcorder, and a stand, and I just made clips. You could look at the very first videos I've ever made on this channel. I made skits, and guess what? Nobody watched them. But fuck, I had a good time doing them. That was the release that I felt. And then my dog chewed up my camcorder, my very expensive camcorder, and I thought, well, fuck, I gotta do something else. I guess I'll get a webcam and do streams. Yeah, that should be creative enough, but it's not. It's not. It's a good place of having a good time and relaxing if you have people to talk to, absolutely, but it's not really that creative release I was looking for. And then I decided, hey, I'll do YouTube again, but I don't know what to do. To be honest, guys, I have probably gone through 4 YouTube channels. This is like my 5th channel. I've done a bunch of different things, just trying to get that same, and some of them it's just like, this isn't for me, it feels weird, I don't like it. And then some of them are just like, it feels fine, but it's not really something, there's not a huge market out there for this, and it's just, I don't like what I'm doing right now. And it wasn't until I'm like, you know what, I watch a lot of movie reviewers, and I watch a lot of, like, video game reviewers, and I'm just like, I could bitch about things, about video games on the camera. Absolutely, let's do that. And it was at that time where I put, like, an appropriate amount of time. I found a game. I'm like, I want this game. I want people to never buy this game, or I like this game enough that I want people to know about it. And then I started doing them, and it was just... That's what it was. Whenever I put up a video, I know it's not going to hit over 100 views, and I just don't care. Because it's like, I did something. There will be at least a handful of people who will watch this and enjoy it. Oh, there it is. There it is. That was the creative cum blast that I was looking for. And that's why I still do this. I could have easily just been like, I'm not blowing up. I'm not getting a bunch of money. I'm out of here. Fuck this. I'm going to go get the rope or buy a gun. What was it? rent a gun and buy a bullet. I said I'm doing it right now because I got nothing else. No, it's just like, if people come here, if they come, they come. If they don't, you know what? At least I don't feel like I wasted my day. And I wish I didn't feel like that. I really didn't. I really wish I don't feel like that. But I do. There are some days, I agree, you need to not do anything. You can't blow yourself out, especially if you have, like, one thing, like a job, and then you do a side job. Sure, it's great to have that extra money. Don't do it that much, because you will blow your mind out. When I was younger, there was a time that I was in 2 plays, one in my actual high school and one that was in the downtown theater club. It was Diary of Anne Frank and Cabaret. And I was also working 2 jobs. I was a forklift driver and I was also working in retail. And boy, the times that I wasn't doing anything, I wanted to die. I wanted to die because a human being is not meant to work and work and work and work. Work hard by means. The only way to get anywhere super far in life is to work hard, do something right, and be good at it. But don't let it encompass your entire life, because you'll be one of those fucking 45-year-old guys with, like, a completely bald head, and you have to shave the rest of it because you're like, well, the stress has taken away absolutely 35 years of my life and my hair, so I'm just going to shave the whole thing and tell people, I'm just looking for a better time. I know I looked like Grizzly Adams before, but I just wanted to shave the whole thing and look like fucking Professor Xavier, okay? Professor Xavier look is definitely in. Absolutely. So what I'm trying to say is, I know this has been a rantble, I think is what I call it. I'm going to keep with that word because I like that word. I like streaming, and anyone who feels betrayed or sad that I don't do it as much, and because you don't like my new content on YouTube, I apologize. But this is just something that makes me feel better. I'm still going to stream, and I'm going to try to do it more and more, including tonight. Maybe tonight. I don't know. I don't want to say anything yet. But I'm going to try to. You know, with life the way it is, if I did not work at my job and I did this full time, absolutely, that would be one hell of a time, wouldn't it? I would spend 8 hours editing a video and, you know, just working from home, and then, hey, do a couple 4 hours of streaming at night. Oh, yeah, it would be a great time. But that's not what the real world is. The real world is you have to make sacrifices, and guess what? This one makes me feel a little bit better. I hope that didn't just bing. I think that binged. Okay, well, whatever. I fucking hate Microsoft. Anywho, thank you very much for listening. I don't even know if I'm going to put this on. I think most of this time I was going all over the place. I knew I should have made something for it, just like talking points or something like that, but I've seen, like, there's literally like 5 people asking why am I not streaming anymore, and it's like, oh. So I don't even know if they'll see this video, but if you do, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to be better. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. But I love you guys. Cheers. I'm going to start working on the next video. Maybe do a couple streams throughout the week here and see what happens. Have a good week.